Hi, and welcome to today's video, How to Journal to Eliminate Pain, the simple habit that brings your body back into harmony with your subconscious. My name is Ryan Walsh of mindoverpain.org. Here's what you're getting today. I'll give you the best reason you've ever heard to start journaling regularly. Yes, it helps eliminate your physical pain. Yes, it actually works. And yes, I'd previously hated journaling, but now find it remarkably powerful. I'll give you instructions on how to do it, and you can take a quick test so you can check your current emotional insight skills. Here's why this is important. You and I have this personality type. Ambitious, conscientious, responsible, caring. We end up attending to the needs of others more than we consciously notice our own emotions. This accidental suppression of our emotions causes physical flare-ups in our bodies. Journaling is a deliberate habit that ensures that our emotions can get airtime in our consciousness so that they don't erupt as painful physical symptoms. So here's how this video will help you. The goal is to maintain habits that produce emotional insight. I provide questions that you can ask yourself while journaling so that you can tap into your deep emotional resources. Learning how to journal with intention can be the key to eliminating the emotional unrest that has caused your physical flare-ups. You watched my video about facing your fear of pain head-on, abandoning your crutches, and resuming all of your favorite physical activities. It's true that I'm encouraging you to acknowledge that your body is strong and resilient and live in accordance with that. But that's not enough. Emotional insight is also required. More emotional insight produces faster results. Learning about mind-body interaction, you could either feel resistant and say, these suggestions that I could instantly eliminate my pain are heresy and they imply that my pain isn't a big deal. Or you could feel relieved and empowered. And you could say, I'm excited to learn that I'm in control and whenever I'm ready, I can feel as good as I want. This diagnosis is better than any I'd hoped for. I encourage you to release your assumptions that this needs to be a difficult and lengthy process. I cured my own wrist pain in less than a week. Other symptoms of mine took longer, but by then I knew that the only limiting factor was me, my ability to ask myself the right emotional questions. People like you and me are extremely emotionally stable. We tend to be stoic rather than volatile, explosive, or dramatic. But emotionally stable does not equal emotionally insightful. We're actually pretty oblivious about our own emotions, and this ignorance has led to our chronic pain. You can test your current emotional insight. Imagine this scenario. You have a prestigious job that other people wish they had, and you worked hard to get it, and now you take it seriously. You diligently show up every weekday on time, and you work very hard to ensure that your team does well and that you take care of all of your responsibilities. However, recently there's been a perfect storm of factors that has led you to perform below expectations, and your boss calls you into her office and tells you that she has noticed you dropping balls and that she expects better of you. How do you feel right then? What do you feel physically and what do you feel emotionally? Did you say something like this? It feels bad that I didn't do a good job. I hate to disappoint my boss. This type of answer has lots of room for improvement. First of all, bad is not a very useful emotion word. There's almost zero insight there. What kind of bad do you mean? There are so many words for unpleasant emotions. Go ahead and Google unpleasant emotions list. You'll see tons of results. Aim to be as descriptive as possible in your word choice. It pays off. Second, you mention your boss's emotions, disappointment, instead of your own. Here you go again, being a concerned caregiver for others at the expense of your own emotional insight. Third, by using the word hate, you're using angry energy to cover up the less empowered unpleasant emotions that you're feeling, such as embarrassment. To feel in control, we often default to noticing only the active emotions, those related to anger, provocation, irritation, aggression, etc., instead of the more passive ones like vulnerability, helplessness, sorrow, and doubt. Also, you're missing the deeper emotions at level 2 and 3. If you dig to level 2, you'll get to some emotions like, I feel worried that my boss thinks that my recent poor performance is indicative of my overall value as an employee. Or I feel fatigued from a tough week and a tough conversation. Or I feel uncertain about how to recover. Or I feel alone and unsupported. Or I feel scared that my boss will fire me soon if I don't shape up. Wow, we're getting to some real emotions now. Maybe those don't even resonate with you. That's okay. It's acceptable to simply journal about what someone, not necessarily you, might feel in the situation that you've recently been in. Journaling in that way can elicit some interesting new perspectives. And we're not even finished digging. Dig to level 3. If you can dig to level 3, you'll be even better off. Level 3 is where you imagine the most catastrophic emotions that one could be feeling in such a situation. I'd write like this. I feel pessimistic about my ability to create the career that I want. I feel unhappy with myself and my work life, which is the majority of my waking hours. I feel pathetic and incapable. I feel miserable. And I feel terrified that my life is a waste. Whoa there. Why would we want to dig to level 3? Doesn't it seem over the top? I can try to explain why it works, but I also strongly recommend that you just try to see for yourself that it works. The fact that it does is more important than why. My theory is that our mind-body, that is, our entire physical selves, which includes the biochemistry of how our brains work, goes to great lengths to survive. You've surely heard or even experienced tales of superhuman strength in times of need. I think that your mind-body naturally switches into a proactive, optimistic, and energetic survival mode after you kickstart it by marinating in catastrophic, extrapolated emotional thoughts. After I journal about feeling powerless and doomed, I usually feel this automatic rush of, hell no, there's so many baby steps I can easily take to move in the right direction. In fact, I'd find it hard to believe that I'm going to fail. I'd say it's nearly certain I'll succeed. We're talking about me here. Look how strong I am. It's like our mind bodies have some sort of automatic antibodies that get triggered if you feel bad enough for too long. World famous success coach Tony Robbins teaches about this and calls it Crazy 8. I'm sure that there have been times in your life where diving into your emotion rather than repressing it allowed you to process it faster. Crying, punching a pillow, writing a dramatic journal entry, or however fits you. Try it and be amazed. Since you're clearly motivated and serious about eliminating your pain, I encourage you to start journaling at least once per day, ideally more like 3 times. This was one of the key factors that led me to recover not just from my carpal tunnel syndrome, but also from other symptoms too. If journaling is feeling like a chore or isn't coming naturally to you and you want some specific tips, I've written a guide about various ways to approach the habit. Just ask. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, and I hope to hear from you soon about your success. Congrats for making it this far in the video. Obviously you're determined to eliminate your pain and feel your best. You may be wondering, what next? If the material in this video has resonated with you, and if you're committed to recovering quickly and completely, and you've made the decision to start now, I have a special opportunity just for advanced students like you. If you sign up now, I'll work with you live for free to help you eliminate your chronic pain.